There's a town in northern Thailand that is famous for having the most stunning temples in the whole country. But there's so much more of this region that most visitors completely miss out on. In this 3-day itinerary for the region, I'll show you the must-see temples that'll leave you speechless, secret villages where time stands still, and why this area is the ultimate playground for adventure travelers. On your first day in town, you're going to need to visit some of the most iconic temples in Thailand. The most famous temple of all is actually not even completed yet. Construction started in 1997, and it's still being built to this day, which just goes to show you the level of detail involved in the structure. This temple has a mix of traditional Thai Buddhist art and something a bit more weird and contemporary. On the one hand, you'll see the traditional Buddhist prayer hall with curved pointed roofs and traditional mythological creatures like nagas or yaks. But you'll also see a range of different cartoon or movie characters like the Avengers or Predator. This temple is known as Wat Rangkun, or the White Temple, with the white color being a symbol of purity in Buddhism. For me, the most striking aspect of this temple, though, is its haunting, almost otherworldly vibe. Now, this is best seen in what's called the Bridge of Rebirth, which is a bridge leading over the main hall. As you cross, the bridge arches over a sea of outstretched hands clawing open the depths of hell, symbolizing tormented souls in hell. And it's pretty creepy, to say the least. This is one of the most famous temples in Thailand, but there are actually 3 more famous sites that you can visit on this first day. Just a short ride away from Wat Rangkun is another gem with a signature hue, Wat Rang Sir Ten, also known as the Blue Temple or Temple of the Dancing Tiger. Cool name, right? So why blue? In Buddhist tradition, blue represents purity, wisdom, and the boundless nature of the sky and sea. Pretty deep stuff. Pair that with the temple's shimmering gold accents and you get a visual masterpiece. This is easily one of the most stunning and trippiest temples in all of Thailand. What makes it so unique is its psychedelic vibe, with mesmerizing patterns covering every wall, vibrant depictions of Buddhist mythological creatures, and at its heart, a radiant white Buddha statue that glows from within. Completed in 2016, the Blue Temple is another modern creation, but still feels like it could be ancient. You can easily spend 45 minutes to an hour here exploring this fascinating temple. Lan Dam, also known as the Black House, is a stark contrast to the ethereal blue and white temples. This dark and moody complex blends art, philosophy, and a touch of the macabre into a truly unique experience. The Black House isn't actually a temple though, it's more like an art installation with Buddhist influences. Comprised of over 40 black teakwood buildings scattered around lush grounds, the structures are inspired by traditional Lana architecture, a style which is native to northern Thailand, known for its steep tiered roofs and intricate wood carvings. But this one has a darker, edgier twist. Inside, you'll find a collection of eccentric and eerie artifacts: buffalo horns, animal hides, bones, skulls, and weirdly, penises. Like lots and lots of penises. This is one of the most unsettling art installations I've ever visited, but it makes a nice change from being in temples all day. Make sure to check out their famous black ice cream before leaving. But the final stop on this epic day trip is a spot that offers one of the most unforgettable sunsets in the city. Wat Phai Plakang, often referred to as the Big Buddha, this breathtaking hilltop temple is impossible to miss, thanks to its massive white statue that dominates the skyline. Fun fact, even though it's known locally as the Big Buddha, it's actually a 23-story depiction of Guanyin, the Chinese goddess of mercy, watching over the city. The temple itself is a fusion of traditional Chinese and Thai architectural styles. As you approach the towering statue, you'll pass intricate dragon sculptures winding the way up the grand staircases. Surrounding Guanyin is an expansive complex that includes a 9-tiered pagoda and a gleaming white temple hall. But the real magic here happens at sunset. As the sun dips behind the hills, the entire complex glows in warm golden sunset. Welcome to the town of Chiang Rai, a town that doesn't get nearly as much love as its more famous sibling, Chiang Mai. In fact, most people treat this as a day trip on a quick visit from Chiang Mai just to visit the temples. But if you're gonna make the 3-hour-plus journey, I think it's worth sticking around and seeing everything else this region has to offer. On the second day of your Chiang Rai adventure, it's time to venture beyond the town and dive into the region's fascinating culture, lush landscapes, and scenic villages. Start your day by diving into the unique cultures of northern Thailand, home to a variety of hill tribes, which are indigenous communities with distinct languages, customs, and traditions. These groups, including the Karen, Aka, Hmong, and Lahu, have shaped the region's history and continue to preserve their unique way of life amidst a rapidly modernizing Thailand. Chiang Rai is one of the best places in the country to learn about these fascinating cultures, and your journey can begin at the Hill Tribe Museum in the center of the city. This small but informative museum provides an overview of the region's hill tribes, as well as their origins and the challenges they face today. But surrounding the city are a number of hill tribe village communities that encourage visitors to come and learn about them. The long-necked Karen, also known as the KM people, are among the most iconic hill tribes in Thailand. One of the most striking and well-known traditions is wearing the brass neck rings by the women, a practice that begins in childhood. These rings create the appearance of an elongated neck, which is considered a symbol of beauty, strength, and cultural identity. As you step into the village, you'll notice the intricate weavings of the Karen women, who create vibrant hand-woven textiles, as well as hand-carved wooden statues. It's likely that you'll be encouraged to buy some of these handicrafts, and my only complaint about some of these communities is that they can be a little pushy to buy. However, the Karen people have faced long challenges as refugees from Myanmar, where they fled due to conflict, and their communities in Thailand rely on sustainable tourism to preserve their way of life. So, I think it's worth supporting them. Chiang Rai's cool climate, high altitudes, and fertile soil make for an ideal location for tea cultivation, a tradition that has flourished in the region for decades. Introduced by Chinese communities who settled here, tea farming quickly became a cornerstone of the local economy. The area's unique conditions allow for the production of high-quality oolong, green, and black teas that are sold all over the world. On the next stop, not only will you be able to drink some of the best tea in the world, but it's also home to some of the most stunning views in the region. Choi Phong Tea Plantation, a lush green paradise nestled within the mountains, this sprawling tea farm is perched on rolling hills and offers spectacular views of the countryside below. Here you can stroll through the rows of tea bushes whilst learning about the industry and its historical importance. But before leaving, you need to get a bite to eat in their modern cafe. Treat yourself to a cup of freshly brewed green tea, and don't miss their famous tea-flavored desserts, like green tea cheesecake. As you wind your way through the misty mountains of northern Thailand, you'll come across a town that feels like it belongs in another country entirely. The street signs are in Chinese, the locals chat in Mandarin, and the aroma of dumplings and tea shops fills the air. It's a stark contrast to the rest of Chiang Rai, and that's what makes it so special. Welcome to Mae Salong, a town with a fascinating story that bridges the cultures of Thailand and China. Mae Salong's unique character dates back to the late 1940s. Following the end of the Chinese Civil War, soldiers from the Kuomintang fled to the region after the defeat by the Chinese Communist Party, trekking for weeks and months over the mountains and through the forests of Laos and Myanmar to reach it. Many of these soldiers settled in Mae Salong, transforming it into a Unionese colony. Over time, the town became known for its Chinese-style tea cultivation, its food, and its architecture, creating a one-of-a-kind town. Food in Mae Salong is a highlight for many visitors. If you've never been to China, this is the place in Thailand to eat it. Unionese cuisine takes center stage with dishes like steamed buns, dumplings, and noodle soups being staples in the small town's restaurants. Be sure to try khao soi Mae Salong, a local twist on the Northern Thai classic, with hand-pulled noodles and a rich, savory broth. For a sweet treat, pair your meal with a pot of locally grown oolong tea, brewed to perfection. Several family-run tea houses dot the town, offering tea tasting sessions for you to have a try. There are also a number of Chinese-style temples, as well as a museum exploring the history of the town if you want to learn more. But for one of the best views of this town, you need to visit one of the town's most stunning mountain temples. Overlooking Mae Salong from its hilltop perch, Wat Sanktakiri is a peaceful escape that rewards visitors with panoramic views of the surrounding valleys and tea plantations. The temple's golden stupa shines against the lush green backdrop, creating a stunning sight that's worth the climb. As you ascend the steps, you'll encounter ornate dragon sculptures, and at the top, you'll be greeted with some of the best views in the country. Mae Salong is about an hour and a half's drive away from Chiang Rai, so you'll either need to rent a car or hire a driver for the day to get back. On day 3, it's time to head to the towns and villages and into an area known as the Golden Triangle, which is home to some of the most stunning nature spots Thailand has to offer, where you can trek through dense jungles, bathe in waterfalls, and see a side of Thailand most tourists will never see. So what is the Golden Triangle? The Golden Triangle refers to the area where the borders of Thailand, Laos, and Myanmar meet, with the mighty Mekong River marking their shared borders. For centuries, this region was infamous as a hub for the global opium trade, earning a nickname during the 20th century due to the immense wealth created by the drug industry and to the yellowish hue of some of the flowers. Today, the Golden Triangle is a much more peaceful area, as much of the large-scale production has moved away from the Thailand side at least and into Myanmar. For those wanting to learn more about the region's complicated history, you can visit the Hall of Opium, which is located right where the three countries meet on the Mekong River and offers a comprehensive look at the Golden Triangle's past, from its opium trade routes to its transformation into a tourism and agricultural hub. But for me, what makes this area truly stand out is its nature. Trekking in the Golden Triangle is about immersing yourself in untouched wilderness. In fact, you'll need a guide from a local area and make sure you don't get lost in the jungle, but also because you'll want to learn as much as possible about the local area and its people too. When I went trekking in Chiang Rai, this is where I learned the most about life in the Golden Triangle, as the guide functioned as a translator, and we got to hear stories about how the drug trade had affected the region and learn about the local traditions of some of the villages. Our trek started in a small village where we set off through the rice paddy fields before heading into the jungle. Now, there are lots of different options for hiking trails in Chiang Rai. You can take short or easier hikes or longer, more difficult ones. I always prefer the long ones, and this was a pretty tricky hike, to be honest. We had to make our way over the mountains, through the forests, and even encountered a few snakes and spiders along the way too. It made it all worth it when we got to cool off in the secluded waterfall in the middle of the jungle though. Our guides were expert jungle chefs, and the highlight for me was watching them prepare a campfire and then cook our food right there in the jungle. Later, we visited Banyafu village, an Aka tribe village in the middle of the jungle. It was fascinating to see a much more rural way of life here. The traditional homes are made of bamboo and wood, built on stilts to adapt to the hilly terrain. The Aka people speak the Aka language, which is completely different to the Thai language. It has no written form, and our guide told us that it is at risk of dying out. It was here that we learned about the history of the drug trade and how it transformed the region, as we met many people who used to work in it, but have since moved to subsistence farming, showing us how they grow their own pineapples, raise livestock, and grow other crops. We spent the night here, but there are plenty of single-day hikes if you press for time. But after trekking through the jungle, you absolutely cannot leave without washing that jungle dirt off you and relaxing in a Chiang Rai hot spring. Chiang Rai's mountainous terrain sits atop natural geothermal activity, which heats underground water and brings it bubbling up to the surface. For centuries, locals have taken advantage of these mineral-rich hot springs, believing in their ability to soothe sore muscles and improve circulation. And honestly, after trekking through the Golden Triangle, you're simply going to need it. But before you get to Chiang Rai, you need to check out the capital of northern Thailand. Check out this video here to find out how to spend the ultimate 3 days in Chiang Mai.